Hey everybody, how's it going? So I've had questions in the past few weeks saying how do you get your character from Character Creator 3 to Unreal Engine and how do you set it up? It's quite simple and pretty straightforward, but I'll go through it just to help you guys, and I'll go through little bits that you may not know how to do along the way. What I've done here is I've got some clothing from the Blue Angel set. That's the clothing there. Hair's done inside a blender. I quite liked it, so yeah, it was something new for me to do. One thing you guys may not know how to do is rig eyebrows to the face so it moves with the eyebrows itself. So these aren't actually painted on, they're actually eyebrows. So if I move the eyebrows up and down, it actually moves everything together. So how you do that is you get your eyebrows, you transfer skin weights, and you click default. This will make sure that it moves with the body a little bit, but it won't move it as much as you want it to move. So you skin weights, and you'll find this bone here is the facial bone. So whenever anything in the face moves, those things should move as well. So what we've looked at is you go in selection, you right click that and you click selection. You make sure ignore back faces is off and you drag all the way so that they're all selected. And you click weight 1. That will make sure that will skin all the eyebrows to the facial bone. That way, when the eyebrows move, when the eyebrow bone moves, the eyebrows should move as well. So when you've got your mesh like this, you go into here, open a UE4. That will put in the Unreal Engine A pose. You can then click File and Export FBX Character. Here you need to select Unreal. Embed textures, max texture size is 4096 if you have 4K. Current pose is the A pose, so you want to make sure it's the current pose. And delete hidden faces. This will delete all the faces underneath your clothing that you need to delete. So when you have all that selected, there is this other option. So Insta LOD, this is allowing LODs to export with it. So you can click number of LOD mesh, you have 5 LODs, you have 3. It really depends if these are going to be civilians or not. So if they are like NPCs, you might want an LOD just to make sure that it's not taking up too much processing of your game. Another thing is merge materials. Merge materials all will make sure it's just in one set, so everything in your character, so the eyes, the body, the hair, clothes will all be merged into one UV set. Merge material by type is like clothing, so that'll be 4 meshes into one UV. Your hair is another, so that'll be one UV. And your body, so that'll be one UV set as well. And by item, I'm not really sure what this means, but I'm going to guess it just means it merges each material at a time, so it will just export normally. I'm not going to do that because if you want a main character, you don't really want to insta LOD it. You want as much detail as you can. This does export very good detail out, but if I want a main character, I'm going to stick to this. So I'm going to export. Where is it? YouTube. Right. I'm doing this all from scratch, so you shouldn't miss anything. Character files. Female showcase. I'll save that. Now what I've done in Unreal Engine is I've created a project. I haven't done anything with it, as you can see here. That is my project I'm going to use for this session. So when that's exported, what you want to do is you want to go to Google and click Real Character Creator Unreal Engine Auto Setup. Click this and you have to download, it should be somewhere, here we go, download the latest version. So you click download and it will appear there. I haven't downloaded the latest version, so I'm going to install it. More info, run anyway. Yep. That's exported, so the character file is all finished. Let's save that as, where is it? YouTube, Unreal Tutorial, female base. I can actually close this application down, and here we go. We're installing the auto setup tool, so accept. Oh, where did I save it to? Oh no. It will probably save in the exact same location I usually do, but you just have to pick a location for where you're going to install the auto setup. It can be any folder you want. It could be in your E drive. So me, it is. Where is it? Real shared templates, auto setup, Unreal. Yeah. So yeah, it's downloaded into my E drive, Real shared templates, auto setup, and Unreal. Now with this, you want to go into that file, select these two files here, copy, data E, go into your where you saved your Unreal Engine folder. There we go. So content. Real shared templates, also setup, Unreal. Content and plugins. Alright, so you go into, you click on it and you should have this menu here and just paste your folder into here. That will put all the files where you need it to be, and that will have all the setup tools set up. So I'm going to want to open up my project. Oh no. Oh, I put the 2.5 in. No. So you want to make sure, because I messed up there, so you want to make sure you are copying the right folder. So as I made a 4.24 project, I only want to copy and paste the 4.24 files. So go back into your files here. It should just be CC shaders and plugins. That should be it. If it's not, you can just repaste and replace all the files. But yeah, that should have been fine now. So let's reopen the project. So what you want to make sure is you are copying the right files and you're pasting it into that first folder here. You'll come in, you'll find that in the contents you'll have CC shaders and a CC setup tool. Let's click new folder and do character. Right, so this is where we're going to put our character files. Just copy all these and select them and drag them all in. you'll have a standard shader, a lightweight skin shader, and a HQ shader. So if we read through them, the standard shader, won't tell me what it is. A lightweight skin shader is provided while the HQ shader is deployed to other parts of the body, such as the eyes, teeth, tongue, hair, eyelashes, for better overall quality. So I think that I think that's mainly for like secondary characters or something. I'm not really sure. HQ shader is an ultra high quality skin shader, which is provided while the LW shader is deployed to other parts of the body, such as the eyes, teeth, tongue, hair, and eyelashes, better overall quality. Usually I do the HQ shader. Usually the HQ shader gives better detail for the skin, makes it look a lot better. Lightweight shader, I guess, still adds good shaders on, but it just dies it down a bit. And standard shader, I think, is just for NPCs and like random people. So I do HQ shader for main characters, LW shader for like main NPCs maybe, and standard shader for like low class standard NPCs. So HQ shader is what I'm going to click on for this. It will import all the files that I need. So here, what you want to make sure is you've got use TO as reference pose and import morph targets. These are great, and if you have clicked the LOD when you exported, so when you did the Insta LOD thing in Character Creator 3, if you click import mesh LODs, it'll actually import the LODs for you. I haven't got any LODs, so I'm not going to do that. But import morph targets and TO as reference pose are the two things you mainly want to click. Import all. When you come up to this option here, it says data table options. This is just for the JSON file. I don't really think it matters because every time I do it, I just clicked area. Light struct, I will say failed to pass the JSON data error. I really don't think it matters. The JSON is just a file that tells you about the export. So if you actually open up the JSON file in Notepad, it just tells you all the different parameters of the different textures really. So it's not important to import. So it has imported correctly, which is great. Sometimes it does mess up a little bit. So as you can see, it is imported. The shaders haven't all applied to it yet. Apparently there's 8,000 shaders to compile. But while you wait for the shaders to compile, you might as well do everything else. So what you want to do is add new. So you come into here, click your skeletal mesh right here. What else? Then go into skeleton, add new, click that. You can name it that. Select rig, select humanoid rig, and save. Then go into your. Always find hard finding this. Geometry meshes, mannequin, character, mesh. So go into content, mannequin, character, mesh, SK mannequin, and go into the skeleton, add new. Do the exact same thing you did before, select humanoid mesh, and save. What else? Then you go back into your character, is it? No. Go into mannequin, go into animations, and third person anim BP, retarget, duplicate, and retarget to your female showcase skeleton. All right. So you can bring that in, and you'll find the character's imported exactly the same way that you need it to be. So all the Unreal Engine, the Epic skeleton is now retargeted to that character. Go into third-person blueprint, and because this is the first blueprint using mannequin, you can just retarget that. So change the skeletal mesh and anim class. Just go into your anim class, third person anim. Probably should name it differently, but compile. So it should be third person anim BP, or if you've changed it, it should be fine. So if I go into here and rename female anim BP, go back into here, and what you'll find is the anim class has changed. So just compile, and then when you play, the character turns up, and you can play as the character. It'll animate, it'll move. So yeah, that is basically how you get your character into Unreal Engine and make it work properly. Yeah, there's not really much to really go through with it. It's just use the auto setup tool, retarget the animations, and yeah, so those shaders should compile absolutely fine, and all the textures should work. One thing you may want to have a look at is if you go into here, go into your skin head, you actually have all these options to mess around with. Normal map, you can normal map bump strength, you can actually change the normal map strength. You can change all the parameters of the skin. It's got loads of stuff. It's got subsurface scattering, everything you need to have in a AAA character. So, Character Creator 3 is very easy to use and very easy to set up in Unreal Engine with your character. And the textures that you get out of it are pretty much AAA standard. So, yeah. I hope everyone did enjoy that. I hope the people who asked me about it learned something. Hopefully, you can import your characters from Character Creator 3 to Unreal Engine quite nicely. So, yeah, if you've got any questions about it, or if you have any issues, please let me know and I'll try and answer it. As usual, I'll try and get another video out for next week, but I do have quite a lot of work going on, so if I do get the time, I will make a video. But yeah, I hope everything was helpful. Hope this video was good for you guys. And yeah, if you liked it, please like and please subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.